What's good, what's good, what's good, fellas? Welcome to this presentation. The topic for today is how to create an effect with your communication. How to get a specific result with your communication. How to get your point across. You know, it doesn't matter if we're talking about women. Doesn't matter if we're talking about your audience, like if we're talking about a business, you know, you're trying to sell a product, you're trying to sell a service, or maybe you're just having a conversation with someone, you're trying to get your point across. You want to create an effect, cause and effect. Your communication is going to cause an effect in the person you're talking to. That should be your mindset. Guys will ask, what do I say to the girl? What do I do to get her? No, what is the effect you want to create, and how can you communicate in a way that creates that effect? That effect is in her mind. That effect is her emotions, how she feels. What can you say? What can you do to create the effect? Or you're trying to sell a product, you're trying to sell a service. What can you do? What can you say? Or what do you need to create, or what do you need to transfer? What energy, what feeling, what thought do you need to transfer to get that effect? Okay, we need to get clear on that. But what's really going on here, if you think about it, is you need to be able to communicate in a way where that person understands you. You need to make sense to that person. They need to get it. That girl, if you want her to like you, she needs to get it. She needs to understand why she should like you. Okay? Now, when we're talking with women, we really want to focus on emotions, because that's what they really listen to. They're not listening to you logically trying to explain some shit. They're listening to their feelings. How do they feel about what you're saying? You can go up to a girl, two guys can go up to a girl, they both can say, hey, I think you're beautiful. One of the guys, when he says, I think you're beautiful, she's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Oh my goodness, thank you, you just made my day. The other guy, when he says it, she may be like, sorry, I have a boyfriend. Why is that? Because of the feeling that she felt from the communication. You need to communicate in a way where the person is feeling what you want them to feel. You see what I'm saying? So instead of thinking, what do I say? What do you want them to feel? Now, this also, what we need to look at is the language. How are we speaking? How are we communicating? How do we sound? What's the energy that's coming across? You know, what is the big picture? How are they seeing everything? How are they interpreting everything? How are they perceiving communication? You see a girl, you're in a grocery store, and you're buying some cereal or something, and you see a girl in the cereal section, and you want to say something to her. You think she's attractive. What most guys will do is they'll go in their head, oh, what do I say? What do I say? What I will do, what vibe do I want to create? What effect do I want to cause? What feeling do I want her to feel? Okay, so how I do it is, because I'm all about energy, man. I have matured into this style of game where a lot of it is energy wise, in the sense of it's all about vibes. What's the vibe I want to create? What's the feeling? So when I see a girl, I'm like, okay, I want the feeling of interest. I want her to feel interested. I want her to feel excited. I want her to feel joy, positivity, fun, you know, entertained. Um, I even want her to feel like she's learning, right? Like she's getting some knowledge or some value out of, what I'm saying. So that's what I go towards. Okay, what do I want? What's the effect I want to create? So if I see this girl in the grocery store and I want her to feel those things, as I said, interest, excitement, I will feel that within myself first. I will go into that state of mind. I use visualization. So, you know, I will visualize myself as um, maybe a king, or I visualize myself as a lion, or I visualize myself as, I don't know, a wizard, a magician. Or I may just visualize myself doing something I really like to do. Or maybe I was doing something I really like to do. Or I might visualize, what if I was her? What if I was her? What if I was in her shoes? What could a man say or do that would make me interested? That would make me stop what I'm doing and actually pay attention to him. Maybe if he says something like, some topic, some interesting topic. Like one of the things I would do is I'd go up to a girl and I would tell her something new I learned in the day. This is actually a good, guys ask me, what do you say? The reason I would recommend this is because of the feeling behind it. If you learn something new within the day that you thought was really cool, share it with the girl. Like, hey, real quick, I want to get your opinion on something. I was just reading this magazine earlier, and it said that this and this pickup line works really good on girls. What do you think? Oh, really? What's the pickup line? Are you a raisin because you are scrumptious, or whatever the pickup line said. But the point is, you're just sharing something with her. You're sharing a vibe. You're sharing energy. You're not trying to pick nobody up. That's where you mess up. This idea of approaching a girl with this idea of getting something is wrong. You have to give before you get. In business, you don't want to focus on, I want to make $1 million. You want to focus on, how can I give $100 million worth of value so that the person wants to give me $1 million. They gladly give me $1 million because the value of what I've given them is so high. The $1 million actually, they feel like they're lucky to pay that. That's the mindset you want to have. When you approach a girl, it's like, how can you communicate higher value than what she normally would get from a guy? You don't want to walk up to her and be like every other dude. Give more and then receive without expectation. Oh, yes, brother. Give more. Matter of fact, give more than she could even give back to you. Right? When you're dealing with someone, how can I give more than they could ever repay me? Man, that's how you get someone's attention. That's how you affect someone. Because you want them to feel like, man, I'm lucky to be in the presence of this person. Like, this person has a ton of value. Right? That's the proper frame. That's when girls will like chase you and shit like that. Because your value, she can see that you have way more value. She can't give you that kind of value back. And she knows it. And it's a feeling though. It's a feeling. It's not like she's logically like, oh, he gave me this value. Let me see if I can. No, there's a feeling there. She can feel your value. She can feel it in your presence. She can feel your frequency is higher than hers because you're giving so much. And you're not just giving to her. You're a man that gives. Like throughout your day, you're just giving. Made a video right before this. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Already be in that good vibe. Already be giving. Already be doing your shit. So then when a girl shows up, all you gotta do is just keep being you. Dudes fuck up when they see a girl and then all of a sudden they try to, okay, here now I gotta get in a certain mode or whatever. Ideally, you want to already be in the good vibes. That's why you want to live a life that you actually enjoy. That's why you want to find your purpose and live for your purpose. And that's why you want to cut out negative energy, negative people, get rid of them. Cut out distractions. Stop doing shit that you're not proud of. Stay in good vibes as much as you can throughout your day so you stay ready. You don't have to get ready. When the opportunity comes up, all you gotta do is just keep being who you're being, because a person who you're being is winning. He's doing his shit. He's succeeding. He's moving forward. He's improving. And that energy, people can feel it. You want to be the kind of guy that when you come around, people can feel something. They can feel something that's different about this individual in a positive way, right? They have to feel like when they get around you, their value goes up. It can't, you don't want, you don't want it to feel like, their value goes down when they get around you, because they're going to avoid you. They're not going to want to spend time with you. Why would somebody want to spend time with someone if their value goes down when they hang out with them? Let's just be real. Imagine your vibe. Hold on. Imagine your vibe where you already have what you think a woman would give you. Now enjoy all the women you can. That's the badass vibe. Okay, so this idea of imagining, I like that, bro. Imagining that you already got the woman, right? Abundance mentality. Okay, I used to go out with one of my friends, and I used to tell him this. I used to say, imagine, because we used to go out and approach women, I would say, imagine how you would feel if you just finished having sex with your dream girl, right? And like, it was some good sex, bro. She gave you good head, all of this great stuff happened. Now you're going out to approach some girls. That's a whole different vibe versus you haven't had a girl in months, right? And you're basically in scarcity, dry dick, whatever. Now you're gonna go approach some girls. Two different vibes, same person, but two different, the communication's gonna come across differently. Like it very, very much differently. Like it's two opposite sides of the spectrum. But this is something you can work on. Our imagination is extremely powerful, but it's something you actually have to work on, right? Like I'll go out and I'll approach a woman and I'll role play. I will visualize and actually get into the state of I'm actually a king for real. And I will hold that frame. I'll say, look, hey, your king has arrived. And she'll start laughing or whatever. And I'll hold that frame. I'll say, I just haven't found my queen yet, so I'm searching. I'm wondering to see, if you qualify, if you measure up, because, I don't just take any woman, but so far your beauty has caught my attention, but some other things that need to be in place in order for me to consider you as being my queen. And she's going to be laughing or whatever, but don't break frame, keep going. That's interesting. That's a vibe. That shit doesn't happen all the time. That's how you stand out. Right? But you find what you like to do. Like I like to do that. I like to play, role play as a king. Sometimes I'll just be like romantic, like in a funny way. Like I'll go up and say, "Oh, my darling, I'm here," But it's like you go out and you learn how to communicate in a way that creates an effect. Like, yes, I can go up and say, "Hey, how are you doing today?" But what effect is that going to create? It's going to create the normal effect, right? There's a way to deliver that where maybe it will create a different effect. But for the most part, if you just go up and say some regular shit, you're creating a regular vibe. Creating a regular vibe, bro. How you supposed to... how much value is in that? Ask yourself, man. What kind of communicate... Also look at like the language, right? Like for example, when I play that king role, I'm speaking the girl's language in the sense that what girl wouldn't want to get with a king? What girl wouldn't want to, you want to approach a girl, you want to approach her in a confident way. What girl wouldn't want to go get with a confident man who's in his masculine energy, who's in an abundance mentality. We already know women love pre-selection. That's why I told my boy, yo, imagine you just finished, you know, having some amazing sex with the finest girl you ever met. How would your vibe be right now? When now you're about to go approach some girl, how would your vibe be? You'd probably be qualifying her. You probably wouldn't make yourself that easy because you already just finished having sex with your dream girl. Right? So now you're approaching this girl, some stranger. You're like, okay, so what do you got going on? Why should I, take you that seriously? I just finished having sex with my dream girl. But you visualize that. I was watching a video. I thought this was really cool. There's this guy, he coaches, he's a coach or whatever, and he talks about the law of attraction. He said he manifested his girlfriend, and the way he did it is he started living as if he already had his girlfriend before he had her. So he said he used to go to work, and when he would get off work, when it was time for when his shift was over, sometimes his boss would say, "Hey man, need you to stay a couple more hours," and he would respond to the boss and say, "Hey man, I would stay, but I gotta go. My girlfriend, she just called me. I gotta go and meet up with her. We made some schedule something or whatever. I don't want to disappoint her." He didn't have a girlfriend, but he was, living as if he did. And he was actually communicating that, to his environment, to the universe, right? So he was creating a vibe without the vibe, without it actually being that for real. But he was using his imagination. That was the point I'm making, is your imagination is very powerful. You want to start using it. You watch kids are, you can learn a lot from kids in the sense that they know how to use their imagination, man. Look at the vibes that kids can create. They can create their own universe, their own world with their imagination. We can do that too. And we can do that and apply intelligence to it, right? A higher level of intelligence that a kid wouldn't be able to do. You attract your vibe, you attract your tribe. Exactly. So, cause and effect, man. Your communication is causing an effect. Every single time you say something, every single time you do something, the way how you do it, the way how you say it, is causing an effect. You got to put yourself in other person's shoes. How is this communication coming across? Am I creating the effect that I want here? If not, I need to work on my communication. I need to work on the whole pit. Everything counts. That's what I talk about, everything counts, bro. You need to be grounded in your all these things add up. You need to be grounded in your masculinity. You need to be able to express yourself authentically. You need to be able to lead. You need to also have a part of you that doesn't really give a fuck, a part of you that will easily walk away, a part of you that has boundaries. You need all these things combined. That's what makes you unique. That's what makes you interesting. That's what makes your communication come across differently from the other man. And then you want to embody these qualities. You want to discipline, consistently practice being the type of man you want to be until you fully become it. But it takes consistency. You're going to have to consistently do these things, right? You want to have like certain things that you do every single day, right? To maintain and also increase this beingness that you would like to embody, right? So, one of the things I do is just staying consistent. Like, I start my day the same every single day. It's the same morning ritual every single day, because there's I want to stay ready so I don't have to get ready. I want to start my day off right so I don't have to get right. It's already starting off right. So all I got to do is maintain that vibe or amplify it if I want. If you start the day off weak, you're setting the tone for the day. The day's probably going to be weak. And then, you know how life is. Something likes to show up when you're not ready. Things like to show up when you're not ready. That's why you want to stay ready. That's why you want to stay sharp. That's why you want to work on these things. Work on your communication. Work on your ability to get outside yourself and put yourself in the person's shoes that you're communicating to. You know, you're trying to sell something to someone. You gotta speak their language. You gotta communicate to them in a way that they make sense for them to say, okay, here's my money. They're not gonna give you your money if you're not speaking their language. If you're not speaking their language, they're gonna go to the person that's speaking their language, right? When you talk to a woman, you gotta speak her language. Her language is emotions, is how she feels. So you can't get logical with her. Yeah, you talk, because for me it was hard working on, getting good with women, because most of my life my friends were all guys, and right, you can be logical with guys and they'll get it, shit like that. With women, it's, you got to learn how to communicate emotionally, or else they're not gonna move. They're not gonna go in the direction you want them to go. You're not gonna be able to create a relationship you want to create if you can't communicate in a way that hits emotionally, where they can feel it. And I learned a lot of it is, also being masculine, being grounded, but also being able to be vulnerable, right? Meaning you have to be open in your communication. You don't want to be bullshitting people. You want to actually become whatever it is you want to become it. You don't want to be faking shit, right? That's why I'm not, you never really see me in a video saying, okay, here are the top 10 lines to pick up a girl, or no, here's who you need to become to get the girl. Here's who you need to become to make the money. Here's who you need to become to be successful, right? Because when you become it, then it's legit, then it's real, then you can maintain it, and you can consistently repeat it, get the same result over and over. That's what I wanted in my dating life. I didn't want to just get lucky and get a girl and then she leaves me and then I'm back to square one. I wanted a skill set. I wanted a beingness. I wanted a confidence that would consistently get me the woman. So if the girl acts up, I know without a shadow of a doubt that I can replace her. Like this. That's what I wanted. Same thing with money. You want to get to a point where you're so good at sales and shit like that. If you don't make a sale, you already know, okay, I talked to a couple more people, I'm gonna make a sale. So it don't matter if I didn't make a sale. Right? Like, that's what you want. That's the kind of power you want. Consistency, consistent results. Consistent results. Okay? A consistent life. You want consistency in your life. Right? You want order in your life. Yeah, you want a little chaos just to make things interesting, but for the most part, you want to have that order. And that you get that order through, intelligence, through applying your intelligence, through being disciplined, taking the necessary actions over and over. Focus, getting clarity on what you're doing, on where you're going, what kind of results you want to create in your life, what kind of lifestyle you want to live. And then just taking action, man, just living, just embodying these characteristics, embodying these principles, these values, right? And just continuing to evolve, right? Getting different knowledge from different places. Go back and read some books that you read, in your past. Read them now. See how you interpret them now. I'm about to. I already started reading. It's a book I recommend, by the way. Mastery by Robert Greene. I read this book a couple of times in the past. I'm picking it up again because, I've evolved so much since the last time I read it. I wonder what's going to happen when I read it now. And why am I reading it? Because I want to be more powerful in my ability to communicate effectively. I want to continue evolving as a man. I want to continue to get the results I want in my life. I don't want it to stop. I don't want to be one of those guys that's like, yeah, I remember when I used to do this, or I remember when this used to happen. No, it's just, why is it not happening anymore? I want it to continue to happen, and I want it to get better. So you got to keep doing your shit, and you got to keep getting better. It doesn't stop. You got to stay ready. All right, so just to recap, man, the topic here was, you know, how to communicate. What was it? How to communicate, affect people with your communication. How to have effective communication, right? And get the effect that you want. You got to speak the person's language. You got to create a feeling within them that moves them. Emotion, energy and motion. You want to impact, but you want, there's different levels of it. You want it so that it's strong enough to get people to move in the direction you want them to move, right? If you want to help someone, you got to learn how to communicate in a way that makes them want your help and actually take your advice, or, you know, do something with the information you gave them. So you got to communicate in a way where that comes across. For me, a lot of it is just embodying, you know, whatever it is you want to communicate. Like if you want someone to feel, right, when I approach a woman, if I want her to feel interest and excitement and joy and positivity, and I want to have a good vibe, I need to be feeling that. If I feel like shit and I try to create that effect in her, it's not gonna work. All I'm gonna do is just transfer the feeling that I'm feeling to her, and she's gonna reject that. If it's negative, if it doesn't feel good, it feels like shit, why would she accept that? Why would she jump all over that? That wouldn't make any sense. So just understand, when you're communicating to someone, what effect are you creating? What feeling are they feeling? What emotion are they feeling? What thoughts are coming in their head? Hopefully it's positive thoughts. Hopefully it's the thoughts you want. If it's not, then your communication is ineffective. You got to do something about it, right? It's everything though. It's not just the words you're saying. It's your tonality. It's your eyes, your eye contact. It's your style. It's who's talking. It's your confidence. It's your body language. It's how relaxed you are. You know? It's your calibration. It's your ability to demonstrate healthy emotions, right? All right, fellas. So look, if you go ahead, take this information, go and apply it. I want you to become a more effective communicator, no doubt about it. But if you'd like some support, if you'd like some guidance, you want to work together, you want to improve this area of communication, be a more effective communicator so you can get the results you want, create the effects you want, whether it's with women, whether it's with business, whether it's with your relationships, you know, personal relationships, whatever it is, you want to evolve, hit me up. I got a one-on-one coaching program. It's 3 months. We lock in on one goal, and we laser beam focus in on one goal. We're disciplined on one goal, and we're confident on one goal, right? We're believing in one goal, and we're going to make that shit happen. We're going to do it together. If you're interested, hit me up, and I'll send you the details. Thanks for watching. Peace.